Hey guys, Tim Pokemon here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Ultra Beast in Pokemon Go. We're just going to go over their typings and their max CPs because there's no movesets out yet, but we do know they're coming because we got a trailer today for Nihilego, which is the first one we're going to talk about here. And yeah, it's a rock poison type that maxes out at 4,465 CP, which is very close to the Dialga and Reshiram CP at 4,565, I believe, as well. Something like that. But yeah, 249 attack, 210 defense, 240 stamina is pretty well rounded, but it is going to be vulnerable to the ground typing, which is unfortunate, but pretty. It's all right. It doesn't really matter too much. And yeah, we don't know any moves, unfortunately, but I guess we could see the CP here for raids 2256 and 2821. It's decently high. It's normal for a legendary. Yeah, let's get into the next one. We got Guzzlord, and this one is a defensive beast, dark ghost type, very cool looking Pokemon. And yeah, you can see, sorry, stamina beast. I thought it was a defensive beast. That's on me. Max CP though of 3,264, a little bit lower than I thought it would be, but 188 attack, 99 defense, and then 440 stamina. Man, an absolute beast. But it's gonna be vulnerable to the fairy type, and that's about it. So yeah, that's going to be its big weakness, but that's just about it. Everything else is going to be doing neutral damage or resisted damage, so pretty cool. But yeah, Guzzlord also from raids looks like it's going to be a pretty low one at 1650 and weather boosted at 2062, but that's okay. It just looks like a defensive beast. Imagine if you could put this thing in the gym. That would not be fun to deal with. Then we got Buswell, one of my personal favorite Ultra Beasts, and it's the bug fighting type, and its attack is 236, maxes out at 3,912 CP, 196 defense, and 216 stamina. So it's decently well-rounded, but its big weakness is going to be flying type at a 4 times weakness, and you got fairy type, fire type, and psychic, which is also going to be strong against it. But yeah, bug type isn't a great typing, but it does look like in the raids it's going to be 1977 for non-weather boosted and 2472 for weather boosted. Which is all right for a hundo, for a legendary. Then we're going to talk about here Stakataka. This is another one that I like. The shiny is really nice. And a rock steel type that has a max CP of 3,724 with 213 attack, 298 defense, and 156 stamina. This Pokemon could be pretty good for PvP with the defense that high. But let's check out its weaknesses: fighting and ground, and then water type. Okay, but a lot of resistances as you see, which is why I think this Pokemon could be pretty good for PvP. Yeah, obviously poison types are hardly going to hurt it, but flying types won't be too much of a problem. Dragon types, which is very common in PvP, is going to be resisted damage. Fairy types resisted damage. Ground types with Groudon's going to be scary. Kyogre going to be scary maybe. Fighting types, there's some fighting type moves like Superpower on Pokemon like Melmetal, but overall pretty good typing for PvP and all stuff like that. CPs for the raid is going to be 1882 and 2353 for the weather boosted, so not too bad. Next one we got is I forgot how to say this. Blacephalon. I don't know how to say this one. This one's hard to say, but it's a fire ghost type, which we do have a fire ghost type in the game, and it's kind of resembling it a little bit. Chandelure with this Pokemon has 315 attack, 148 defense, and 142 stamina, so it's very lopsided in the attack. So potential raid attacker here, max CP of 3,727. But yeah, it's going to be weak to dark, ghost, ground, rock, and water. But those are only a single weakness, not double weaknesses. But it does resist bug fighting and normal, which is good. But yeah, it's a pretty cool looking Pokemon. Pretty interesting. Fire ghost type again, Chandelure. We have that in the game, and Chandelure is pretty useful. So it could be useful. Looks like the CP is 1884 and 2355 with the weather boost, so not too crazy, but pretty decent. Then we go on to Kartana, another glass cannon we would call it. It's a grass and steel type, which is an interesting typing, but you can see here, maxes out at 4156, but has 323 attack, 182 defense, and 139 stamina. So again, glass cannon, but its only weaknesses are fighting and fire type, which is a quad weakness, so that's a little bit scary. This is going to be kind of like the Scizor kind of vibe, where it could do a lot of damage, but it's got a quad weakness of fire, so you definitely don't want it touching anything with fire. But it is definitely going to be a crazy, just DPS, damage per second, but maybe not a total damage output. With 2101 as the hundo for a non-weather boosted and 2626 the projected hundo for a weather boost, which is interesting. But yeah, glass cannon for sure, but a cool looking Pokemon. Then we got Celestila. This one is another one. It's an interesting looking Pokemon. Steel flying type, which is also an interesting typing. 3507 max CP, and then a pretty well rounded at 207 attack, 199 defense, and 219 stamina. Now this one I don't think is going to do anything in terms of raids, but I think that this could be pretty good for PvP, as its only weaknesses are electric and fire, and it's a single weakness. And yeah, it looks like the raid CP 1772 and 2216 for weather boosted. Now again, I think I forgot to mention it, but Kartana and Blasphemon, I think that's how you say those two. Those two look like they're going to be pretty good for raids. Buswell as well. Guzzlord looks more like a PvP Pokemon, maybe Ultra League Pokemon because of the low CP. But yeah, let's get right into another glass cannon. Formosa, bug fighting type, and this one you can see 85 defenses. Wow, low. But 316 attack and 174 stamina, maxing out CP at 3213, so this one's pretty low. And its weaknesses, flying type, quad weakness, fairy, fire, and psychic also weaknesses. And it doesn't have too many resistances, so it's not really good to have a Pokemon with a bad defensive typing that has horrible defenses in the first place. 1624 for non-weather boosted, 2030 for weather boosted. It's alright. It's going to be a lower CP Pokemon, but yeah, just basically a glass cannon. Then we go into Poipole. And this one does evolve, so we're going to talk about that. But poison type, pure poison type, and it's pretty well-rounded stats. Maybe potentially a Great League Pokemon. Poison types are pretty useful. And only 2 weaknesses in ground and psychic. And then you go down, and yeah, it takes 200 candy, they're saying, to evolve. And if this is going to be in raids, it's only 937 CP with 1171 as the weather boost. But let's go into the evolution, Naganodo. And yeah, this thing is beast-looking, poison dragon type. 3,587 CP max, and 263 attack, 159 defense, and 177 stamina. And its weaknesses are going to be dragon, ground, ice, psychic. Obviously, ice and dragon coming with the dragon type, in addition to the ground and psychic weaknesses. But in raids, if it does appear in raids, it's going to be 1813 and 2266, which is alright. And the CP, max CP is not actually that high, but this Pokemon could be pretty cool. Don't know. I mean, it does have a pretty high attack at 263, but it's not too well-rounded, but we'll see. Then we got Circuitry, and this is a Pokemon that I think will make a big impact for electric-type attackers. A cool-looking Pokemon, but look at that. 330 attack, 144 defense, 195 stamina, 4,451 max CP, and of course, it's going to be very, very weak to ground-type, but it's going to resist electric, flying, and steel, and then be neutral to everything else. So only really weakness is that ground type, which is interesting. But the CPs for the raid is going to be 2249 and weather boosted at 2812, sorry. But yeah, this Pokemon does look like it's going to be a very strong Pokemon for raids because of the high attack stat. But I also do gotta say that a lot of these Pokemon's CPs are not confirmed at all. But this is what we're assuming based on game code and all that. But this does look like a pretty strong Pokemon. I think 330 attack is very cool. I think that's, again, another raid-esque Pokemon, I would say, with that high of an attack and a medium defense. But who knows? Maybe I get some play in PvP. But honestly, out of all the designs, I love Buswell. Buswell. That's just Buswell is just one of my favorite. Guzzlord is a cool one. The shiny's really nice. Stakataka is an interesting one. But Circuitry is pretty cool as well. And I think that we could be getting, all of these at separate times, but obviously Nihilego is going to be the first one because that's the first one they teased. But, I mean, look, a rock poison type is an interesting one. You don't really see that typing. And with the max CP that high, it could be useful in PvP as well. Like I said, it's pretty well-rounded. But I guess we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see for that one. But overall, I'd say pretty cool. I cannot wait for Ultra Beast to come to Pokemon Go. I feel like it's going to be a pretty good addition. And the first one to comment down below, Buswell is a beast, gets the free entry for this video. That's the keyword for this video. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Ultra Beasts are coming, and I'm very excited. And they look to be pretty strong, some of them more than the others, but I guess we'll see. But overall, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below your favorite Ultra Beast. And I'll see you guys in the next video.